You're watching CCN, Clarksville Community Network, produced by Goodwin Productions. Powered by CDE Lightband.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for the invitation to participate today. And also thank you to Clarksville Mayor Joel Pitts. He is my friend. He is my former colleague, for his support for veterans in all. He stole my line because I can promise you he was probably a stronger advocate. He stood up several times and carried legislation for veterans. And also thank you to the garden clubs for adding the Gold Star family memorial markers to their efforts to keep our country aware of the service and sacrifice of our veterans and their families. The American family is truly the primary civic unit that supports our towns, our state, and our nation. And it is at this level the priorities are set on finances, education, matters of faith, employment, care of our elders, and all the other intricacies of everyday life. It is appropriate to mark and acknowledge the significance of this loss, too often experienced by our military families. I have 3 children. I dare not imagine losing any of them, what it would be like to be a Gold Star parent. But I have witnessed the effect. I was with my grandmother when the gray sedan drove up and 2 Marines got out. I didn't know why they were there, so I stayed on the porch. I heard low voices speaking. I was 9. But I will never forget the sound of my grandmother's wail, and I knew what that meant. So blessings to the Gold Star parents and brothers and sisters here today. To an outsider, the idea of loss is simplified to a time of grief and a final ceremony. But for the military family, the tradition is far more complex. The ceremony is just the beginning of a difficult transition. Our military families, spouses, and children follow their soldier, Marine, seaman, or airman, leaving their own families, friends, their support behind. If the family lives on base, they will have to vacate. Where do they go? If they stay in the local area, it buys familiarity for a while. But over time, their military friends will move on. If they move, they endure the trauma that comes with it. They must reacclimate to the civilian world. There is a need to find a new home or apartment. The commissary is no longer there. Time to find a grocer. The base hospital is there. Time to work out the civilian community and healthcare. New school, new church, new barber, hairdresser, new daycare, new job. In one final moment, a spouse becomes head of household. And actually, the spouses most often are already the head of household because they are the ones in place to make the decisions. But now, they must also assume the role of primary provider, ready or not. Surviving spouses have often had to delay the development of their own careers, and it is difficult to commit to an education program or to complete a program when moves are frequent. I have seen the resumes of spouses who show attendance to 2, 3, or more technical schools or colleges in different states before earning a degree or certification. On its face, it is a testament against their stability or commitment until they disclose they are a military spouse. And then the situation is clear, at least to those that have been there. Add to that difficulty of getting schools to accept transfer credits, 2 steps forward, 1 step back with every PCS move. They may need to find a job immediately, any job, to take care of the family. They may attend night school to ensure a better life for their families, but how do you do that and care for children? Society demands more than they know from our military families, but society also underestimates their resilience. Military children are more independent than others, but they never forget, at least not those that have had the privilege of remembering their honored parent. I have a story for the younger generation of Gold Star sons and daughters, and I hope you share it, not to boast, but to encourage. When I was in high school, I was angry. Everyone else had what I perceived as normal lives, with both parents, growing up in the same house for their entire life. When I graduated from high school, I initially refused to accept the GI Bill. I called it blood money to buy my silence. But loving people pulled me aside and explained that that benefit was earned by my father for me. Had he lived, he would have wanted me to continue my education, and he would have helped me get there. So, to the next generation of Gold Star sons and daughters, continue your education when the time comes. It is a gift that was hard earned by your entire family. I did go to college, and college qualified me for a commission in the United States Air Force. I enjoyed a wonderful career and traveled all over the world. I met my husband Mike here today, a combat engineer in the Air Force. I have 3 beautiful children, 4 goats, and 2 dogs. I served in the Tennessee legislature, and now, by the grace of God and the benevolence of Governor Lee, I have the privilege of serving Tennessee's veterans and their families. I'm the daughter of a United States Marine aviator. I knew it would get me. Major Ralph Marion Dryden Jr. of Princess Anne, Maryland. He flew Marine One for 3 presidents, Presidents Eisenhower, Kennedy, and Johnson. He was killed in action on July 28, 1968, 3 miles off the 270-degree radial of the Da Nang Vortex in Vietnam, while returning from a combat supply mission. As a child, it was devastating. But as an adult, I will never envy the normal life, because I am the daughter of a hero. And I miss him every day. And I hope he thinks I've done okay. God bless our Gold Star families. I thank God for your strength and perseverance. God bless the great state of Tennessee, and God bless America. Thank you so much.
I'm Courtney Rogers, Commissioner of Tennessee Department of Veterans Services. And I'm here today to help the City of Clarksville celebrate the Gold Star Family Program marker that was just installed. And I am so grateful to the donors and to the garden clubs that have put this on, and to my colleague, former colleague, Mayor Joe Pitts. He is just a fantastic advocate for our veterans and our Gold Star families. I guess my purpose in the invitation is I am a Gold Star family, and just trying to give the message of what the challenges are, the moving, the readapting to civilian life, job changes, everything that the spouses go through. And that was my message today, in addition to our younger generation of Gold Star sons and daughters, that this is a trial, but they come from great roots and they can move forward.
For current and exclusive content, subscribe to CDE Lightband, connecting you at the speed of light.